Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now in this lecture we are going to learn JavaScript asynchronous programming here. We have the definition for it, like asynchronous programming is a programming approach with tasks that take time. You have to focus on this keyword, take time, like API calls, timers or file loadings here are executed without blocking the main program flow, and the result are handled later when they completes. Here start a task, don't wait for it. You see, you have to start a task and don't wait for it. Keep working and come back when it is done. So this is the main line of this file, okay, about your asynchronous programmings. Here start a task and don't wait for it. Keep working and come back when it is done. So key ideas, what else we have here. So here JavaScript does not wait. You see, JavaScript does not wait. It delegates work and continue the executions. So here JavaScript is single threaded, execute one line at a time. So normally this is here. This is here. If you write console.log, then you have to understand console.log. And this is here. Suppose you have to write what console.log, then similarly console.b, console.c. Here console.b, console.c. And this is the b, and then console.log c. And let me execute and then check it here what you got in the response. Here I have already in the terminals, so let me execute it first. Use here file name node and then this file name. So I am going to execute and you see what you got the result A, B and C. Okay, it means what? Here single threaded. It means a JavaScript execute one line at a time. First JavaScript execute this line code. Okay, that is fine. Then JavaScript move to the next line. Here you have to execute and you got your output. That is a B. This is fine. Then after that you're executing these two lines. JavaScript move to the next line, that is C, here console.log, and you got it here output, it is C. I mean JavaScript executes the code line by line. First this line, then second this line, then this line. Okay, I hope you got. And this is called synchronous execution. So each line wait for the previous line to finish. Okay, here this B and C wait for this first A. Here this line number 31. If it is executed, okay, done. Then you have to execute this line. After done, okay, this line of code here 32. Then JavaScript execute this line of code. Okay, and this is called synchronous execution. Here write in the comment, and this is it is called, it is synchronous. Here synchronous execution. Got it? Here this line, it is called synchronous execution. Okay, each line wait for previous line to finish. Okay, like A, B and C, this one. Okay, now here you have to enter the async programming. Okay, you see this is your synchronous execution, and now you see the topic JavaScript asynchronous programming. So now here you have to enter the async. Okay, so inside here let me write in the code and then you will understand all the things. Here you will write console.logs and it is A. Then here you have to use a function that is set time out. Here set timeout functions and then inside it. Here you write this is a 1000 means it is a 1 second, this one, and then inside it here write console.log b. So here you have to write console.log b, and then outside it here write console.log c. console.log c. Okay, so this is your asynchronous programming. Here what happened, guys, this is your console.log a. Okay, and then set timeout. Here JavaScript does not execute this immediately. This line of code not execute immediately. It send it to the web API, that is here to the browser. Then timer start like 1 second. Okay, then JS continue console.log. Here C print this console.log C print C. After 1 second, callback goes to the callback queues. I mean here, and then here event loop pushes it back to main thread and now to run print b. Okay, it is a simple meaning. If here I have set the time about this line of code execute after 1 second. This is 1 second. Okay, and here you have to check in the terminals. Okay, the thing here you have to comment this one here. Now let me see this. Then execute and you see here A, C, B. Okay, I think we need also, so that you will understand here console.log, and then just for the understanding purpose. Here you see I am printing, that is console.log A, then B, then C, and then here similarly A, B, C, but I am going to execute this console.log B after 1 second. So that's why here you see your output A, B, C, and then A, C, B. You have to check in the terminal. Here let me see this, and then you see here. Okay, after 1 second you got it will be first A, B, C, because of this line of code A, B, C, and then this is a kind of equal, you see. Then after that here A, this A, and then C here, because this line of code take to execute this code 1 second. So for that one here JavaScript do not wait for this task, it is moved to the next and executes this code. So that's why the definition, main definition here start a task, don't wait for it, keep working and come back when it is done. So when it is done here, this line of code it is done, then we will come back here and execute that line of code. Here start a task, do not wait for it, keep working and come back when it is done. Okay, and if you do not understand, then here you have to take 5 seconds. I am going to take 5 seconds to execute this line of code, then you will here easily understand. Let me again execute that code, and you see here ABC, then ASC, and then here it is waiting for the response, and then you see it will be after 5 seconds. I hope you got this one. Okay, about your asynchronous programming. Then we have another example, modern real example output for you here. So I am going to execute right console.log here, right app is started. Okay, then outside here this is fetch API. Okay, it is by default available in the browser so that you can use it here. And then here I am going to hit this API endpoint, copy this, put inside here. Okay, make sure it is inside the strings. Got it? And then dot, and then we have the response. Here response, it is arrow functions. This is response dot JSON, so you have to convert into the JSONs, and then here you have to console.log, I mean data received. Here dot, and then data, it is equal to, inside it here you write console.log data received, this one, and then data. Got it? Then outside check console.log, user is scrolling, console.logs, and then user is, it is scrolling. Okay, you have to put inside string cut here, and then dot. Got it? So you have to print this one and then check it here what you got. You know about in this API endpoint. Let me copy it and go to the Google and search for this. It is very simple to understand. It is placeholder. You see this site. Okay guys, I mean we need to, okay, here you have to hit kind of post. Okay, here you have to use here this post. So let's see what all the things, I mean here dot, okay, post. Now you got it, your post, and then that length, it is 100 post. Okay, so here you have to execute, it is execute your files here in the terminals. This one I am going to execute. Let me see this, and you see it is a total how many data you have in there, total hundreds, because you see that is 100. Let me go to the top. This is here on the top, it is here AP started, user is scrolling, and data received. Got it here? So this is inside array. Inside it array we have the area of object. This is first one, second one, even you see here user ID 1. Okay, for the user ID 1, just here ID 1, ID 2, ID 3, ID 4, you see here ID 5, ID 6, ID 7. So here what happened guys, okay, here this is AP started, then print immediately. This is here AP started, here this one print immediately, here this one, this line of code, and then your fetch means this line of code here, fetch. Okay, send request to the server and take time or network delays. Okay, JSA, I will not wait, continue next line, user is scrolling, and then print. So this is here, you see it is a user is scrolling, you see. Okay, JavaScript do not wait for this response, it print. This is this line of code, I mean here user is scrolling, you see here this line of code already have bottom to the this fetch. Okay, like in JavaScript it is a single threaded executing the code line by line, first this one, then this one, then this one. But you see here in the output what, here AP started, this one, this console.log here, and then JavaScript print this line of code, user is scrolling. You see here AP started, user is scrolling, and then you to data received, this one, this line of code here, data received, this console.log. Why it is happening here? Because here fetch, here send request to the server, I mean to this here this API endpoint. Okay, this side, okay, to the server, and here this line of code, it take time, okay, to fetch your data from the database, you can say from the database. Okay, so here JavaScript say I will not wait for this line of code, I mean this data, I am going to move next and print this line of code. Okay, user is scrolling, prints, and after data comes in JS here, then data received, print here. Okay, you see here we have a lot of data. Here we have total 100 posts, so that's why it takes some time to fetch your data from the server. But here JavaScript and do not wait for this response. It moves to the next and execute this line of code. Got it here? So that's why here final output will be AP started. Then user is scrolling and then your 100 post. You see here. Got it here? Your AP stays smooth while data loads in the background. So it is all about concept of asynchronous programming. Here you can change in the path and you will see the comment like we have the 500 comment. It will take more times. Copy it and then check it here. Let me update. Even here you have to manually click and you see here we have this one total 500 comment. I think you see here total in the JSON format. Let me go to the back and we have 100 posts. You see here total 100 posts in this one. Got it. We have the album 100 albums. I think this one is user ID titles. Got it. Then we have the photos. We have 500 photos. You have to just here it is thumb URL. How you can let me copy this. You see here we have a lot of data, so that's why it take more time. I am going to just copy this one. Okay, here I am not able to copy paste, I think. Okay, we have a lot of data, guys. So let me go to the back. Okay, I think my system let Google Chrome not responding, because we have a lot of data. Okay. So it is a really big data. Okay, let me go to the back here. Okay, now you see here 500 comments. Okay, it is really big, and here we have only 10, so that's why it is fine. Got it. Then here if you want, you see here. Okay, I think that was enough for you. I hope you understand your asynchronous programming. Here if it take time, then you have to provide that time. So just you have to leave it as JavaScript. After your work is done, it's Callbacks and you got your response. Then here we have some beginner mistakes made by the beginners. Okay, here suppose here if you create a variable it is a result and then set timeout. Then inside here that result is equal to 5. Okay, then here after 1 second you have to print console.log and then result. Okay, so tell me what your output. Okay, here you got undefined because here this is here you have create a variable, it is fine, but you don't have any value for the result, so that's why it is undefined. And after that this line will be executed, but it takes some time, I mean 1 second, so that here you have to assign the value to this result variable. Okay, after 1 second, but JavaScript print this line of code and you got it your result undefined. Here you have to just check it here this, and you see here undefined. Why undefined? Even you have assigned the value 5, because it takes some time to assign the value in this result variable. Okay, but JavaScript do not wait. As a definition here, start a task, do not wait for it, keep working and come back when it is done. Okay, so this is the beginner mistakes. And then here control flow, important concept. Here normally code run top to bottom. Normally code run here, this is top to bottom like ABC, then this. Okay, and then here with async. Okay, what happened here? Some task or delayed. Just you see here, some task or delay, it takes some time. Okay, so here if it takes time, then executor, then here execution order changes in the async programming. Alright, that's why here async versus parallel, we have the difference. This is a switch between the tasks. It is non-blocking. Here async programming, and parallel here multiple CPU doing work at the same times. Okay, JavaScript async not parallel by default, but you can make it here. Okay, no worry about this parallel logic. Whenever we will create the project, then at that time you will understand all the things. Okay. Here parallel multiple CPU doing work at the same time, and JavaScript async not parallel by default. Got it? So this is the lecture for the asynchronous programming, not in the parallel programming. So I hope you understand this, your synchronous programming by default, and then it is your asynchronous programming. Okay, some function take time to execute. Okay, so JavaScript do not wait for that function, it just move ahead and execute the next line of code. Got it? So if this finally made sense, so you have to comment async clear.